You know what time it is? It's rhyme time. I'm Chuck Reimer. Today we're looking at the 2011 Honda Accord sedan. Boy, is it hot out here today. The Honda Accord sedan, as we see here, has been around with us for a couple of years now, since 2008, and the styling hasn't really changed. It's aged pretty well, but there's been a lot of new cars that have come out in this segment since the Honda Accord came out, and it's actually making the Accord blend into traffic. Looks a little bland and it looks a little outdated. So if you open up the hood under the Accord that we've got here, we have the V6 EXL model. This has got a 3.5 liter V6 under the hood. It's a nice looking V6, and it actually puts out a good bit of power too, 271 horsepower, 254 pound-feet of torque. It'll get you going in a hurry. You don't see a whole lot of manufacturers using big V6s in their mid-size sedans anymore. A lot of companies now are going to the 4-cylinder, turbocharging, that kind of thing. And Honda hasn't followed suit yet. Well, there is the 4-cylinder in the base model, but for the EXL model, the top trim that we have here, we'll see how long it takes till Honda comes out with a 4-cylinder turbo of their own. The inside of the Accord is pretty black. There's a lot of black leather. With hot weather like today, your back kind of sticks to the seat there, which is a little uncomfortable. Even with the AC going, at least the front of you is cool. Looking around, there's a little bit of wood trim here to break up the interior. There's a lot of black plastic going on though. Lots of buttons in here. I feel like that needs to be updated a little bit. This is a little cluttery, kind of hard to figure out what you're doing at first. The nav screen in here is really far laid back. It makes it a little hard to see in the daytime, especially when the sun's bright out like today. So when you're driving the Accord down the road, it's a really comfortable ride. The suspension's set up pretty soft, so you don't get a whole lot of sporty handling feel in this car, but that's not really the point. You know, this is a comfortable family car. So if you're taking your family to church on a Sunday morning, they're all gonna get a real nice ride. The steering wheel in this car is nice. I always like Honda steering wheels. You know, Honda steering is typically a little bit light, but in a big car like this, I actually appreciated it on the road. It's easy to control on the highway with the light, manageable steering. The Accord sedan with its V6 engine may not be quite as fuel efficient as some of the 4-cylinders you're seeing in other mid-size sedans these days. The Accord's actually rated at 10.3 in the city and 6.5 on the highway, which still isn't too bad, but it's not quite up there with some of the newer ones. But you know, there is something to be said about V6 torque. So thanks for joining us for another edition of Rhyme Time. We'll see you next time.